So this video is going to be about the importance of the soleus muscle. The soleus muscle is the muscle in the lower calf, not the big one up top. That's the gastroc. That muscle works primarily for jumping, running, or walking with the push off. So as the knee is extending, straightening, you're going to get more of that muscle. Works kind of like the quadriceps or with the quads as we come out of a flex position. So a lot of people feel like the quads do a lot when we go into a squat. They do some, but they really are going into a bit of a disadvantaged position. That's why if you've ever done a wall sit, it's a pretty difficult exercise to put your back flat against a wall upright and hold that position for very long. You're gonna burn out those quads real quick. It's a highly disadvantageous position, and most people, even athletes, can't hold it for more than a few minutes. So like I'm squatting here or even here, people can hold this all day long. Some people do. Much better balance and sustainability. So you're using your glutes, and like when I'm on my toes here too, you're using your ankle muscles and those soleus muscles. For their size, they're not all that big compared to some of the other ones, but they're actually quite strong. So you want to really appreciate those muscles, use those muscles, have good mobility and control. Because muscles, you think of like a slingshot, if you can pull it back, you get a lot more power. So if you can flex and stretch into muscles, you get a lot more payback from those muscles. Same thing for the glutes here. We want to be able to go deep into those muscles, into that stretch, to get some payback from those. And also some shock absorption, so you're not beating up your joints, okay? So if I'm going to a squat, I want to be able to hinge my hips, and I want my knees to actually be able to go forward a bit, so I have to, without beating up my knees or my back, I want my ankles to give. That means the soleus. When my knees bend like that, I want my soleus muscles to take some load and give, so my knees don't get overloaded or painful. I still want my quads to help, but they can only do so much. I certainly don't want pain. So hips hinge, load the glutes, load the ankles. I can come more forward with the knees. A lot of patients are afraid to do this, and even a lot of PTs unfortunately discourage this because they're taught not to do it. And I think the biggest reason for that is because there's such a high tendency for people, patients in general, to have pain with this. So we all kind of shy away from it. But it's a natural thing to do. You look at kids, they do it all the time. A lot of younger adults do it all the time. They don't have any issues, no problem. And even some older adults, they can do it just fine. So it's not the movement or the position, it's how they're handling it and the adaptability of the tissues and the muscles and the strength too, to be honest. So that's what we're looking at here, is how can we retrain those muscles, not just to be mobile, but how to be strong enough to lower the body down in those positions and to pull it back out, right? So like when you walk, or if you were choosing to jog or run or jump, right? So if I place my foot, I'm gonna pull back into my glute, load that first, the biggest bucket, knee is out and forward towards that pinky toe. That's where I'm gonna find that key. So I'm actually gonna get my glute max, pulling back, glute med, pushing out, lunging into a little bit of quads, but I don't want too much. I gotta regulate that, because if it gets too much, it's gonna overly tighten here and compress my kneecap. That could be painful. Okay, and if I want to get down on the ground or something, or just lunge in general, now, use a little help if I need it. You can use a wall, something sturdy, you can use a table. Be careful with something like this, because this has wheels on it. So I do want to have my weight more over. I want my weight over my foot anyway, like straight down. I don't want to be going too much into a lunge, but I do want to get my knee going forward like this, so I can get more into that soleus. So pushing off kind of forward, but my actual weight is coming down. And that way I can bend my knee and come like this, so I can kind of there. Now, I can get more bend if I use a step stool. Okay? And that way I can get deeper sooner, and I can actually rock over it on something more stationary. So my foot's not gonna slide. Now this is a sturdy one, this is metal. You can use a stair step as well. That's not gonna go anywhere. Okay? And so you can see it better. Slide this blue one in here. More contrast with my gray sock here. Okay, but I'm gonna plant that, all 3 points, my heel, my pinky toe knuckle, big toe knuckle, and my knee is going out slightly towards big pinky toe. Hip is back, anchored, knee is slightly out. I'm pushing out like that, not in as I bend it. And coming over, I'm pulling back in that glute. I really feel it in my glute and in my calf as I take the load. I want to have a sense of lowering myself into that and then pushing myself out. So as I go more forward, I'm feeling more pressure in my pinky toe knuckle and big toe knuckle, but I'm still pulling back and anchoring my heel at the same time. Feeling those points of pressure, controlling through that foot, connecting to that foot, and building strength through my upper body as I connect like that. And of course, do it on the other side as well. Connect with, without, step. Really feel that connection, and of course, be able to plug that in and walk with those things.